watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the Big 7 stories right now. And topping our list for us right at this moment, just into our newsroom, we have some breaking news we need to pass along to you tonight. 5 people, we are now learning, shot in Monroe County, and a person of interest on the loose. Let's get you up to date with the latest. Madisonville police tweeting this information in just the last 30 minutes. The shooting happening in Sweetwater. We just learned it was on Hawkins Road. Now, one victim showed up at Sweetwater Hospital in their own car. That actually prompted a lockdown at the hospital, but we understand that has now been lifted. Now, police say the person of interest is Lou Gabriel Huerta. He's said to be 26 years of age. He's about 5'5", weighs right around 198 pounds, has tattoos on his face, including a heart between his eyebrows. And they're looking for a car that he may be traveling in, a white 2014 Nissan Altima, the license plate BCC 6220. It has tinted windows and a broken driver's side tail light. Here's a good look at Huerta. If you have any information, maybe you've seen the car, maybe you've seen Huerta, you need to call 423-442-2357. We are told you should not approach him. Madisonville police say they consider Huerta armed and dangerous. Of course, we'll continue to follow this for you and keep you up to date as that search continues tonight. Well, next on our Big 7 list for you, body cam video showing a Knox County Sheriff's Office deputy coming to the rescue, saving a woman from a house fire. Now, here's what we know. His name, he's a Knox County Sheriff's deputy. His name is Jacob Martin. He has been on with KCSO for about 6+ years. Take a look at this video, though, for just a moment, and you can see this is from his body cam. Let's listen in here for a second.
Come on, man. Charlie 16, start me at 47 and start me real metro. House is on fire. I've got the female out of the house.
So you heard him there. He's calling in the fire, got the female out of the house. Officer Jacob Martin responding to that welfare check on Wolfenbarger Lane. This was in North Knox County. When he got there, he met with a family member who said the woman inside suffered from some mental health issues. So then he noticed the smoke coming from the home. That's when he decided to go inside. There, he found the woman in the living room, unable to move. Officer Martin was able to carry her out of the house and comfort her until an ambulance arrived.
You never really, know how you're going to react or deal with it until you're out there and it happens. And I'm just glad it went the way it did and everyone ended up being safe.
Yeah. The woman was taken to the hospital. Officer Martin says he did what any of his fellow officers would have done. Talk about another fire right now. This comes in up next here on the Big 7 for you. It happened late this morning, right around 11:30. This was in the 2100 block of Brownstone Way. When fire crews arrived on scene, they found an abandoned building engulfed in flames. Now, once the fire was out, crews assessed the damage, found that the age and building construction made the job difficult. There were no injuries, we should point out, and again, the fire is under investigation tonight. Next on our Big 7 list for you, a Knoxville police officer getting his job back. Lieutenant Lance Earlywine had been fired last summer under scrutiny for his handling of one officer's complaint against another. Lieutenant Lance Earlywine was fired from the KPD in July of 2022. Again, it was the result of fallout from an investigation by Internal Affairs that found Earlywine lied about a report of a hostile workplace environment. Earlywine then appealed the firing, and today we are learning that a civil service hearing overturned Chief Paul Noel's decision to fire Earlywine. Now, we do want to note here the investigation into Earlywine's behavior dated back to 2020, before Chief Noel was working at the Knoxville Police Department. In a statement following today's ruling, Noel defending his decision to terminate Earlywine, saying, quote, "The internal investigation was also conducted and completed before my tenure as chief, and I had to make a decision based solely on the findings of that investigation. I stand by my decision and the reasoning that guided my decision," end quote. Our next Big 7 story, waiting a little longer for answers about a Knoxville-based solar panel company shut down by prosecutors and a judge. The evidence hearing was supposed to happen tomorrow for Solar Titan USA. We've covered them for weeks with complaints about delays and installations and unexpected costs, prompting an injunction shuttering the business with a lawsuit in the works. The rescheduled hearing is now set for next Monday. Of course, we're going to be there. Wrapping up the Big 7 at 7 for you. If you didn't know, it's Valentine's Day, one of the most iconic Valentine's Day gifts. Flowers. A local florist says sales have been strong since last week. Lee Mosqueda says his employees had to work until late last night to get everything ready for delivery drivers. He also says that like many small businesses, inflation has impacted his shop, especially when it comes to getting flowers from overseas. Prices have reportedly gone up about 10% since last Valentine's Day. And while some prices may be higher, Mosqueda says it won't hurt business on this holiday.
I mean, everybody's at their last minute and they're trying to get their loved one their flowers, and so they're coming in at the last minute. But the prices went up, you know, at the last minute too.
Yeah, for comparison, listen to this. A dozen roses last year would have been about $80. This year, it will cost you around $99. Also today, Interfaith Health Clinic hosted its annual Sweets for the Sweet fundraiser. So many people in Knox County get excited to get a buntlet from Nothing Bundt Cakes. You know, for a $50 donation to Interfaith, people can choose who they'd like to deliver the Valentine to. Each one had a handwritten note as well. The $50 pays for one patient visit. For a $30 donation, a buntlet was given to someone who lives in a local senior living facility. For those who may not know, Interfaith provides health care to those working and uninsured in the greater Knoxville area.